Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another comic book review. This is going to be for Thor number 1, in which they introduce Lady Thor, I guess, or female Thor. I'll get into that in a second. So yeah, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who haven't checked out this issue yet and haven't. No, that came out wrong. For those who haven't read this issue yet and are watching this video, stop the video, go read the issue, go check out the issue, and then come back here to watch the rest of this review. So yeah, 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually read this issue and haven't already, and are still watching this video, don't comment down below or be messaging me that never gave you a fair warning, because as usual, I did. Okay, so this is the first appearance of Lady Thor, basically. Kind of complicated. Her name technically is still Thor. The people at Marvel said that they're not gonna feminize the name. They're not gonna call her Thor Woman or Lady Thor or Thor Girl or Thor Rita or any. They're gonna leave her. Theoretically, her name is Thor. Okay. So yeah, the Thor we all know and love. Does appear in this issue. If you could kind of tell here, he's having problems trying to lift the hammer, Malgerin, however you say it. So yeah, um, basically, if you've been following the original Sin story that's been going on recently, which I really haven't been, I've been following it, but not really that much. I've been hearing what's going on in it, but I haven't really picked up any of the issues except for the first one. But besides that, I haven't really been into the original Sin. I think it's kind of dumb. I read the first issue. I was like, okay, I see why people like it, but eh. Um. So yeah, basically, with apparently in the fifth or sixth issue of Original Sin, the main one, Thor was told something by Nick Fury, and apparently whatever Nick Fury. It's 5 o'clock. Sorry about that. Whatever Nick Fury told Thor apparently affected him so much that he can now no longer lift Maldron, the hammer, basically. You have Odin and his mother trying to tell him to come back to Asgard, um, and they're kind of debating what did Nick Fury tell him to that would have such a great effect on him. So yeah, then you also have a little bit with Malekith, the accursed. He's trying to attack this base with these ice giants for whatever reason. Basically, something he wants to do. I really don't understand much of what Malekith wanted to do. It was kind of explained, but I don't. It's like explained, but it could have been explained better. So yeah, Malekith is there. Thor apparently goes there without the hammer. He takes a battle axe and a sea goat or whatever, as you can tell here. He see some kind of sea goat and a battle axe. So yeah, he's not with the hammer anymore. So he's basically now trying to live his life, without the hammer. And I guess he's no longer the god of thunder. So yeah. And then at the end of the issue, you have the hammer. Someone picks it up and says, "There must always be a Thor." And apparently this is a female version of Thor, which we kind of knew, but we don't know who it is. Now what it says on the hammer, because on the hammer there's a saying. It says, "Whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." You could see on there, kind of. Okay, it's backwards, I think, but you can kind of get an idea. Now, obviously, this person being female, she's worthy enough. So I guess now the encryption says, "Whoever holds this hammer, if she be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And you can see the S being added right there. the S is glowing extremely. I'm pretty sure it's backwards, but that one letter that's just glowing more than the others, that's the S. And then at the end you have this pretty cool cameo appearance of Thor, or this version of Thor. Yeah, this is okay. So yeah, now this is considered more of a cameo appearance. It's not really her full appearance. It's more of a cameo appearance. But she's still introduced. Now, who is she? Nobody knows who the hell is she. My best guess, I have two options as to who she could possibly be. One, she's a completely new character. She's a completely new character, which is my guess. One of my guess. My second option is that she is Thor's mom, and that's because in this one page it says you have Odin talking to, I believe, Thor. It says, you all heard, oh, no, yeah, no, talking to this crowd saying, you all heard my son, time to go back to Asgard. And then she says, I do not think he meant Asgard, Asgardia. We should stop him. He has not rested for days, and without his hammer, he cannot fly. And then she gets cut off by Odin, who says, I knew the fleeting age of the All Mother has passed. Asgard will be again as it was for centuries, with Odin alone above all. It is time you remembered your place in this world, Freyja, which I guess is her name. And then she says, yes, perhaps it is, and looks at the hammer. So I believe that if it's an already established character, I think it could be Freya, I guess the mom of Thor. Um, so yeah, and if not, then maybe a new character, and it kind of fits because she's also blonde. And this lady Thor is blonde. Um, I'm trying to look at this close up and compare it to the cover, because that's also the close up of this new Thor, and it looks pretty similar. But I think that's due to the artist as well. So yeah, I think there's a possibility, but maybe just a new character. So yeah, I think it's really interesting they're making Thor a female now. Now they've kind of tried this in a previous issue of What If. Basically, What If was a comic line back like in the between the I think 70s, 80s, and 90s, and basically it gave situations. What if this event happened, or instead of this event, or what if this happened instead of that? And there's an issue which I'm aware of. I haven't read it, but there's an issue where it says, what if Jane Foster was Thor, which is Thor's girlfriend? What if Thor's girlfriend was Thor, basically? So they have kind of delved in that. Now, how popular that issue was, I don't know, but yeah. Now, I have also read that, and people have told me that Thor is among females is apparently the most popular hero among females. Um, Apparently they could relate to him better, which I don't know how a female can relate to a thunder god, but I guess in the sense that they want a handsome, muscular man that's almost godlike would make sense. So yeah, apparently for the female demographics, Thor is what females normally buy. So I guess so I guess that kind of makes sense as to why they'd make Thor a female, and also it does go in line with Marvel trying to bring out more female driven comic books, so kind of makes sense. So yeah, I just wonder if the Thor we've come to know and love will make appearances in this book now, but maybe not. I have no idea. I wonder also if she's gonna be accepted into the Avengers or whatever. I wonder how that's gonna work out. So yeah, I'm gonna put this in my pull list for a while. If at least the first, I think 10. I'm gonna give this at least first 5 to 10 issues to see where it goes, and maybe drop it afterwards. Unless I really like it, but yeah. I now the review on the actual comic, I do think the artwork is pretty good. Um, who does the artwork for this? Whatever. I do think the artwork is very cool to see. It's very good. The writing is also pretty good. Um, Russell Dowderman is the artist. So yeah, he's a pretty good artist. The writing is also pretty good, and the idea of having Thor turned into a lady. Well, at least the role of Thor being turned into a lady is interesting. So I do like it for that. I am gonna pick up this for to see where it goes, and yeah, that's on a rate from 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's interesting concept. It's an interesting concept. I just don't know how well received it's gonna be because I've heard people already criticizing this idea of turning Thor into a lady. I think it's interesting, but I do think they're gonna end up failing somehow. So yeah, I do think it's an interesting idea, but I do think they're gonna fail one way or another. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10 is what I'd give Thor number one. Um, so yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, and comic book reviews. So definitely stay tuned for that. Besides that, comment down below on your thoughts on the fact that they're turning Thor into a lady, or at least the role of Thor. You know, what are your thoughts on it? Comment all that down below. Let me know. I think it's interesting, but I do think that one way or another they're gonna end up failing. Besides that, like this video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.